Today's the 39th day of the Omer, Netzach of Yesod. Now, many of you know I'm a writer, but I'm not a writer like some of the writers out there. Some writers I read about just had a tremendous passion for writing. Elizabeth Gilbert talks about that, how she'd write no matter what. She was so passionate about it. Didn't matter if it made money, didn't make money. She just had to write, constantly having to writing. It was a passion of hers. I was not like that. I started writing because I had an idea, and I really wanted to see that idea come to fruition. And I realized that to make my idea, which was the Age of Prophecy series, happen, I had to learn how to write. So I started reading tons of books on writing, and one of my favorites was On Writing by Stephen King. And Stephen King's book is a little strange because he's, unlike some writers, my other favorite book on writing is called Saul on Writing by a guy named Stein on Writing, who's an editor who'd worked with hundreds of writers, who just tremendous expertise in the area of writing, from looking at so many writers. King was different, because King really had only his own experience to draw on. So he knew there are so many different ways of writing out there, but he really felt he could only share his own. So Stephen King's book on writing is actually his most autobiographical book, when he really just talks about his process of becoming a writer and all he learned. And at a certain point, he talks about falling into his drug use and getting to the point where his life was really quite a mess. He points out in his book Cujo, he doesn't remember writing at all. He has no recollection whatsoever of that book, how it came to be. It's just there because he was so messed up during those times that he was writing that. And soon thereafter, he comes home to find his family and his friends are all gathered around. And they're having an intervention. And they're basically saying to him, your life is so messed up right now. We love you. We want to help you. We want you to get treatment and to go cold turkey on all of these drugs. And we will be there with you and be in a relationship with you. But there's also the threat. If you don't, we're done. So you can choose. Do you want all of your family and friends in your life and to have these loving relationships? Or do you want to choose your drugs and we're out of here? And interventions like that, and I have numerous friends who've had parents, who've had others go through interventions with them and say, look, what you're doing, it's not okay. And also, oftentimes, these interventions come with the threats. You choose this, or you choose this. We really want you to get help and turn your life around, and we'll be there with you. Or you can go out there on your own, and we're done. And it's the threat that really scares people into action. They might not want to do it. They might be very happy with their drugs or with their other problems that they're going on with. But wow, to lose everything I've got going on, to lose all these relationships, it's so not worth it. And that's the thought I really want to stick with on Netzach of Yesod. Because Yesod is all about building amazing relationships. But sometimes building an amazing relationship requires you to be tough. And requires you to put your foot down and say, you know what? This is how the relationship's going to be. Stephen, as his friends might probably said to Stephen King, we can't tolerate what you've got going on. It's not healthy. You're destroying yourself. And we love you, and we want a relationship with you. So we're going to be tough and tell you that the relationship from this point on is conditional. You need to step forward. You need to step up your game if you want to have this relationship with all of us. We see that with people who are contemplating divorce. They'll be saying that, wow, I really want to work on our marriage. I really want it to be healthy, but it's not happy with the way it's going. So it's got to be this way. We've got to be working on it, or it's over. And so Netzach of Yesod is kind of a day to say, are there relationships in your life that really are not flourishing and that you want to flourish? Is it going to take a really tough action in order to get them to that place of flourishing? Is there somebody you love tremendously who is really struggling and maybe needs a bit of a push, perhaps even like a threat, like in the Stephen King case, in order to get them to a healthy place where you can be in a healthy relationship with them? What do you need to do? What huge barriers do you need to break through to get to a place of healthy relationship? That's what today Netzach of Yesod is all about.